Hey, sorry everyone if I lost you. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to. I will. Anyway, I wanted to finish, even if no one's watching. I wanted to finish and answer Laura's question about the ad spend. So, yeah, I don't be afraid to kind of try new things with ad spend. Okay, so I do occasionally, I will talk about, I do spend occasionally more than 10 cents per ad. I really don't go over 15, but I do have a few products that I am up to 25 cents, but they also have a profit margin of $5.25. So not the $2 range or anything like that. With the $2 profit range, journals, notebooks, even that $3 range, maybe $3 I make up to 15 cents. But I usually base my ad spend on profit margin. So my $5.25 that I make, I have a few that are really specific. I make $5.25 in profit. I do have a few ads at 25 cents. But it does kill me because it makes my ACost at about 34%. And I usually like to keep my ACost at 20% or under, because I found that with that $2 to maybe $3 profit margin, ACost being under 20% is kind of my sweet spot. Though, like I said, with this one, I make a lot more profit, so I can kind of justify that higher ACost at that like 34 range. But it does kill me. I keep looking at it. Profit is more than I'm going to spend in ads. Oh gosh, this is killing me. I am so sorry about my internet today. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe working on the power lines. Anyway, so, okay. Book idea. That's what I was going to do. So my cool book idea for the week. And I think this one, definitely you can do this for more money. So you can sell this, I think $19.99 is a great price point for this. So yes, it's going to take a little bit more work if you're going to make a $19.99, price for a book. But at the $19.99, you generally tend to make around almost $10. It's like $9 something, depending on how many pages it is, but it's close to $10. I have a few books, workbooks. They're in-depth workbooks, specialization type stuff. I would say more on the content side versus low content. There's paragraphs and descriptions, but there's a lot of exercises and blank pages with like, here's an extra brainstorming exercise, fill out this page. There is some of that too. But there is actual content, but I think it's only like 4,000 or 5,000 words. It's not a huge amount of content. But those sell at $19.99. They make me about, I think it's $9.61. I also created, since it does have a content version, I created an ebook version of that where I, instead of saying write this brainstorming exercise on this space in the workbook, I say pull out a sheet of paper. So that was kind of nice. I can have an ebook version and a print version for that, because it does have some content like learning and education stuff. Anyway, so what kind of low content book can you make for $9.99? Well, what's the rage all right now? 30-day challenges, or you could do a 2-week challenge or something like that. But I think 30 days is a good challenge, because everyone says, it takes, or you can do like some sort of, 14 days to make a habit, 15 days to make a habit. I'm more of the, if you can't, 30 days is probably going to really make a habit for me. So like do a 30-day challenge. So this, yes, does take some work. So come up with what your challenge would be. Are you an expert in your field, fitness, or even if you're not an expert in your field, you can do some research and find 30 things, maybe find lists of things people struggle with, and then come up with 30 things that could help people push past those barriers or boundaries. 30-day low content book challenges are all the rage right now. I was actually, I'm going to make a book, but one of these 30-day challenges, because it's going to go in with, I'm creating some courses on KDP and things like that. I don't know if I'm going to necessarily, I don't want to not offer them to you all, but they're more on the basic side. And since I'm military, I'm going to kind of focus on military spouses and people who, like me, have to pick up and move all the time. But if you guys are interested, I'm happy to do some or show you that sort of stuff. But anyway, I'm going to create some 30-day time challenges for that type of audience, focusing on kind of the print and on-demand world. And my plan was to actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a video. I'm going to create a challenge, and then I'm going to create a video kind of explaining the challenge, explaining some ways to overcome it, and then, challenge them to do X that day. It's got to be small, and then I'm going to give them space in the workbook to do it. And so the video, I'm going to have a link or a link and a QR code to like a private, shared, I think is the right term on YouTube video, that if they have the link, they can view it type thing. And it's just, I'm going to probably talk, but I might also do ones, if you're fear of cameras and that sort of thing, you can also put, PowerPoint, Google Slides, and put a slide up there and then talk to the slide. So if you don't want to have your face on camera, if you don't even want to be your voice on camera, then you could write it out and someone else can read it for you. But I'm not that. Most people, if they don't have their face on camera, they're not too worried. So describe the challenge. So it's going to be kind of this interactive mesh of a book with videos and then a workbook space. So instead of just doing a prompt, it's like a video prompt. So it's kind of that higher value. I'm going to maybe teach them something or that sort of thing, and then prompt them to do a challenge. So that's kind of my plan for that one. And I think that would definitely be a good $20 type item. And yes, it does require a little bit of work, but if you wanted, you could do the challenge yourself, right? So you could create these things and do 30 days, right? So it might take you a month to create this type of book, but you're not talking hours and hours a day. You're talking like, maybe an hour to come up with the list and then 10, 20 minutes to put the videos together per day. And then, at the end, you string all the codes together and do it. And you want to put like a screenshot on there or something, and you write a little bit of content, a screenshot, a link, maybe a picture. And so the content and then workspace, right? Space for them to write out their answers or perform that challenge. And then at the end, what you could do is you could offer like, go to this place and you can get your certificate or your prize. People, gamification, right? If they can earn or win something, they are super excited. So figure out what win they could have at the very end. And then you could figure out how to automate whatever their prize is. Maybe it's a printable, maybe it's a certificate, maybe it's actually something physical if you want to actually do something like that, though. That might be like a $30 item versus you might want to do a $30 workbook versus a $20 workbook so you can cover your costs and time. So just think about it and what you can do for that. Did I miss anything? I think I got everything. Any thoughts, questions? I think I have one person, and that might be me on here. I'm so sorry that it got cut off. But anyway, that's what I was thinking. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you next week.